Okay, so we typically call that stoichiometric ratio. And what other terms do we use besides you use the word stoichiometric? Air-fuel ratio. What else do we use sometimes? Huh? We use the word rich or lean. Have you ever used the word lambda before? Yeah, is a term, you know that. So when we talk about stoichiometric, we talk about air-fuel ratio. So air-fuel. So what's our general knowledge of stoichiometric for gasoline diesel? Just a roundabout. 14.7 to 1. So 14.7 amounts of air to 1 part fuel. So there's a statement on the in your book that talks about if you have 1 gallon of fuel, so I don't know, 1 gallon of gasoline, how many gallons of gasoline, sorry, how many gallons of air are you going to need? Is that 14.7, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, the book says 10,000, which is a very large number. Okay, so what's the deal with that? Because you start getting out your calculator, and that's not 14.7 to 1, is that? When they mean 14.7 to 1, they're not measuring stuff in volume. Remember in this class we talk about comparing fuels, there's always 2 ways to compare, volume and weight. So when we talk about 14.7 to 1, it is not volume, it is weight. So if I say 1 pound, I could say 1 gram. I could say 1 banana, if you want to say that. Or, you know, PSU Gorilla, so we use bananas a lot for unit of measurements. Then I need 14.7 pounds of air, or grams of air, or 14.7 bananas, if you want to use that as a weight. So how does the statement of 1 gallon of fuel equals 10,000 gallons of air, how does that even mean anything? You want to like try to explain that?
The fuel has to atomize in air.
Okay.
More gallons of air.
Okay. It's a hard thing to try to understand, but I make a big deal about this because think about this. How long does it take you to use a gallon of fuel?
Not very long.
Yeah, I'm going to drive here to Fort Scott and use a gallon of fuel. So 1 gallon of fuel, 1 gallon goes through my fuel filter, and as that 1 gallon of fuel goes through my fuel filter, well, how many gallons of air is going through your air cleaner? 10,000, which is a big number compared to 1, right? So when you start thinking about how much air has to go through your air cleaner on your engine, it gives you a very big respect for that air cleaner, and that, oh, by the way, I probably need to maintain that more than probably what you should, right? So, a couple of things I want you guys to do, excuse me. Take a look at page 1-16, and your fuel reference chart, pretty important. Now, I don't expect you guys to be able to maybe explain this right here to me. I really don't. That's not that. But if you were taking a master's level course, which I'm recording this for some of my master's classes, I would expect you to be able to explain this to me. So here's the deal. How much does gasoline weigh?
6 pounds.
6 point what?
4.
6 point. Is that what the chart says in the book?
I just guessed.
Okay, I don't think it's 6.4, but it could be. What does it say? Medium gas. 6.1. Thank you. 6.1. We'll say that medium gasoline, and so that's our gasoline. What about diesel fuel? How much does that weigh?
7.1.
7.1 pounds, so it's a little bit heavier. Okay, so here's the deal. If I say I have 1 gallon of diesel fuel, let's say. Well, really that's 7.1 pounds. Well, this air fuel ratio is 14.7 to 1, right? So what I gotta do is I gotta take this guy and I gotta multiply it by 14.7. Can someone do a math equation for me and get the calculator and what's 7.1 times 14.7?
Wasn't the story?
It's almost unfair.
It's a little bit different, but it's close enough.
Close to 100.
104.37.
Say it again.
104.37.
104.37. Okay, so pretty close to 100. So basically what I'm gonna need is that if I'm gonna burn 1 gallon of gasoline, diesel fuel, which weighs 7.1 pounds, I'm gonna need 104 pounds of air. Now, the question is, how much does air weigh per gallon? Now, I don't expect anybody to know that, but if you ask Google or Alexa or whoever you ask, you can probably try to find that out. I asked Google, and Google told me that air weighs 0.0100 pounds per gallon. So if I get my gallon jug here, obviously the jug weighs more than the air does, but air doesn't weigh that much. So you figure, okay, that's per gallons. Okay, so if I take this guy right here and think about that, if I have, so on this particular guy, I need this, we said we need 10,000 gallons in order to equal stoichiometric. Well, let's just take 10,000 and multiply it by this number right here and see what we come up with. 10,000 times 0.0100. Somewhere right around 100, right? Yeah. So right there we're showing you that because air only weighs 0.01 pound per gallon, I need 10,000 gallons in order to equal about 100 pounds. And that's what we need in order to get stoichiometric on that. So when we talk about how every time you burn 1 gallon of fuel, either diesel or gasoline, now obviously gasoline is going to be a little bit lower, unnumbered because of the weight, but we start doing calculations on stuff, we have to consider the weight of the fuel, and it matters. The weight of the fuel matters. And so when I'm comparing diesel fuel versus biodiesel, or gasoline versus methanol, or gasoline versus hydrogen, the weight of the fuel does have an effect on what's going on with the total output. Okay, so anybody have any questions with the statement about 1 gallon of fuel and 10,000 gallons of air, on why that is? Okay.
If you wasn't to know the 10,000 number, how would you figure?
Okay, you'd have to do a whole nother calculation. The book, if you take a look at the book, it gives you the calculation on that. Can anyone tell us what page that's on? That's for the inquiring minds. So it involves a little bit more math. So what page is that? Do you want to have a page on that?
1-5.
1-5. If you look at 1-5, there's a calculation that's in there that explains all that. So we don't have the time in this class in order to go through that calculation, but it's there in writing, so you can figure that out if you wanted to. Very good question. Anything else? Okay, let's go ahead and let's cut off the